this one is the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights has faulted the continued stay in the office of Egbebtokun as the Inspector General of Police. Now, the CDHR National President Debo Adeniro, in a statement, said Egbebtokun ceased to be a civil servant given his age, which is above 60 years, as stipulated in the civil service rules. He reiterated that only a certain police officer should head the police force. Reports that controversy has thrilled the continued stay in office of the IGP given his age. However, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, in January affirmed the legality of the continued stay in office of Egbebtokun. In a statement, he clarified that Egbebtokun's tenure remains valid under the provisions of the newly amended Police Act, which allows an Inspector General of Police to serve a full 4-year term, irrespective of the retired age. Appointment of Egbebtokun, which we all know took effect on October 31st, 2023, which would have ended upon his attainment of 60 years of age on September 24, 2024. All right, now he's still in the office. That is why they are coming out for him. But my first question is, well, that's a fact. He's 60 years. So, based on this, more like a civil servant, he's supposed to be retired. But they are saying, according to the provision of the newly amended Police Act, he can still be in the office. I'll start with you, Nuruddin. What is your say? Do you think his tenure is elongated, or he should actually be retired by now?
IP, IGP, if somebody is in that kind of, either he asks for that extension, behind the scene, we don't know, the lot of more. But the thing there is this, there is a law, and there is a review of a particular law. Generally, anybody that is a civil servant, 60 years, 35 years in service, except some certain professions like lecturing, now it has been extended, apart from those ones. So then one big question I want to ask, what is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu sees in Egbebtokun that he cannot see in any other police officer behind him? What is he seeing? Is there a narrative behind that? Because if you want to, because of one person, change a law that it should now be 4 years as a, is there anything sinister inside it? And reason why the office of IGP is being rubbished by different people, and when you look at it, you discover that they have a substance they are working on. So what is important there is that we want to try much as possible. I think it is the high time. CDHR should not shy enough. They should go to court. They should go to court to challenge it. Also raise it. So, and a lot of people are raising it. In fact, there are a lot of people that are junior officers to Egbebtokun that their tenures also as a civil servant has expired. So if somebody is your guy and is still in peace, and those people, what it means is this: those people that will be eligible to be IG after him, they will be far away, and there's going to be a vacuum in time of it. So when you now have, and that is the reason why you see the rate at which people are becoming Assistant Inspector General of Police, Deputy Inspector General of Police, because of that lacuna. They are trying to fill it. No matter how they fill it, those ones, they will use 2 years also, reach 60 and go. Another 1 year, a few months, and you will now be promoted. That's why you see that the promotion of how people becomes AIG, that becomes Assistant Inspector General of Police, and also Deputy Inspector General of Police, the way they are using it to freak it, and that is the thing. One thing that is there is that the law, in the face of the law, just as Lami said, that has been a review. But my own is this: why review because of one person? Okay, so is it for political reasons? Okay. Then another thing again is this: CDHR have a lot of lawyers in its folks. They should go to court and challenge it. So if it says Yes, if the court say no, then we will know it has now become what we have to be looking at to be challenged. Does that mean today now we can now say that if somebody is the chief medical director of a particular hospital in a particular state and is already attending 6 years, we can go and change the civil service rule in that particular state and make sure that it stays is now 4 years, and that becomes, is that how to even do civil service?
Okay, so now my question is, first, from what you're saying, obviously, it's more like there should actually be a retirement. But are you saying that, are they trying to say that the police, the amended Police Act is more, will I say, more standard than the civil service? Yeah, is that
no, that is what they are putting at, because is a police and is also an act, also in the constitution. So that because of that, they are now saying, no, every police officer now that to reach the stage of Inspector General of Police should not be used as a term that 4 years. Before it, another politicians will come, who say it should be 2 terms. How can it be 1 term? They will now bastardize the civil service the way it has been. My problem is, look at what happened during the time of Brutai. You know, that was the reason why they extended their own tenure too. After all, they take them again, all of them ambassadors. At that particular time, you have somebody, Major General, who retire before the general itself because of the extension. I think our politicians, they should leave the civil service alone. Little time now, they will say they are evil servants. But you are the one that is putting your hands into their brain to make them function the way they are functioning. But one thing I want the CDHR to do, they should go to court, challenge it in court, and let court make a pronouncement. If court say today, and don't forget, Police Service Commission is also angry about this particular thing. Yes, because there's one deputy inspector general that has reached 60 now. They also did not want to go. They didn't want to go. And in fact, they've sent a letter to them. Could you believe that Inspector General of Police, there is a press release from Inspector General of Police Office that they should not mind Police Service Commission that is overseeing you.
Oh, okay. This is getting pretty interesting. Anyways, to be part of the program, you can actually call in or send in an SMS to the studio line that will be displayed below your screen TV. So you can actually call in. And please, while you are that, make sure you just mention your name, introduce yourself, and tell us where you're calling from. And if you are sending a text message, indicate your name and where you're sending text messages from. And of course, go ahead to share your opinion. Yes. Okay. I'm going to ask Shemu, do you actually agree with the retirement for the retirement actually requesting from Egbebtokun? You believe that the amended Police Act should actually stand away from, the Civil Service Act?
I think there's something far more important that is going on here.
Okay.
That we need to pay attention to. We have to be very conscious and be aware and be alert and vigilant. It would appear as though we now have a precedent. That pause was because I was looking for a different way of saying it, I couldn't find it. We now have a precedent.
Okay.
Who believes that he can do anything, and all he needs to do anything is to legitimize it by, using the instruments of law. And that is dangerous.
Very.
We are treading on very dangerous waters. Nigerians need to be very aware. We have to be vigilant. Look, I don't care who you support. I don't think anybody, whether you supported this president, you supported the other contestants, whether you are an APC-leaning person, you're a PDP-leaning person, whatever it is that your ideological perspective might be, I don't think any Nigerian wants a dictator. I don't think any Nigerian wants that. Perhaps, maybe with the exception of those that would directly benefit from such an arrangement. The majority of Nigerians, I think, we have seen that democracy has its advantages. We have seen that having a transition of power, either from party to party or from one president to another, has its benefits in terms of providing stability in society and encourage investment and growth. This president is amending everything that is amendable just to get his way. This amendment of this law, just to change the tenure of the IGP, look, for me, it shouldn't stand. It has to be challenged.
Okay.
Because, like he said, we have to fight this. This president must be made to understand that he is running, he is governing a country where there is the rule of law, and the rule of law has been established for order, for a standardized way of running our affairs, without reverting to the whims and caprices of any individual leader in the country. Look, since this administration came on board, and just shortly before, and that shortly before, I suspect strongly it had something to do with this administration. We have changed the basis of calculating unemployment.
Inflation.
We changed the basis of calculating unemployment. Unemployment magically dropped from 30%. In fact, it's now 4%.
So everybody is now gainfully employed
in Nigeria better than in the US, UK, EU.
This our country.
In this country.
And even inflation.
Inflation suddenly and magically dropped from 33.8% to 24.6% overnight.
In other clients, none of them know economics.
They cannot
calculate
things that this administration is tampering with that are supposed to be the bedrock of society. We have to resist this. If we don't resist it, I'm telling you, we'll wake up one day and we have a life president. We have to be careful. We woke up one day, this national anthem thing is no longer controversial. As usual with Nigerians, we are moved on. But the way that thing happened is a travesty. It was abusive of the Nigerian psyche. It was a violation of the trust that is supposed to happen, that exists between the leaders and the led. That you did not even carry us along to ask for our opinion. What do you think about this? And then we just woke up one day and the national anthem had changed. And I can go on and on. This Police Service Commission amendment bill, did it go through the process? Did anybody even know about it? Until we suddenly found that Egbebtokun was supposed to have retired.
But he wasn't.
And he's not retiring.
Yeah.
People started making noise. Say, oh no,
it was
Police Service Act has been amended. It's legal. How do you do things like that in a country that is supposed to be, look, a country as big as Nigeria? We're not a small country. We're the most important black nation in the world.
Yes.
I was watching a program. Do you watch Pop the Balloon? I was watching that program. It's an American program, a dating show.
Oh, okay,
for black people.
Yeah.
So the lineup had 10. They were having a reunion. There were 10 people on that show. 10 black people. Guess what? 12. Out of the 12 people, 4 were Nigerians. This is in the United States. 4 were Nigerians. 2 guys, 1 Yoruba guy, something like that. Every 4 black men you meet anywhere in the world, one of them is a Nigerian.
Yes.
That's how important Nigeria is. We cannot be trifled with the way I'm beginning to see. So I think that we need to understand by ourselves how important we are. And stand up and say no. So this Egbebtokun thing, if I were, like you said, CDHR and the likes of them, you go to court, maybe I will talk to my colleagues. Maybe we do need to think about whether we can do this. Because this is a travesty. It shouldn't be allowed to stand.
And another thing again is this, that people need to understand this. If Nigerians allow this to, what it means is this. You can apply to be don't forget, they are to be a police officer. They are not appointed. Where is the issue of tenure comes in? It's an aberration. And that's why I said that it must be challenged in the court. What it means is that if you say you want to be a police officer, there is no tendency for you that you are going to be IG. In fact, there is no tendency for you that you are going to be AIG. Because what it means is this, there's going to be a lacuna. You will see those people that are juniors of Egbebtokun, they will be retiring within that 4 years.
But yet
he will not retire because they say it's 1 year enough. Then another thing again is this. Some politicians will be thinking, maybe because Egbebtokun is also Yoruba, our president is also Yoruba, is he planning to make sure that he's going to be in power till he's going to do another election? That is a calculation of some certain politician. I don't know whether they're going with me. There's another one. There is a lot of accusation already that is going on that, okay, Yoruba people, Southwest people, they have colonized the Ministry of Finance. They will now add this one to it. It is a high time that we need to go and challenge this one in court and let's make a pronunciation on it, because what it means is this: there are a lot of junior officers in Nigerian police that they cannot move forward the way they should have been. It happened during the time of Buhari, and we shouted it before the president then have to pack them to be a minister at that particular time. We want people, they're politicians, because you are politicians now, you did not want to talk. No problem. What goes around comes around.
Okay.